Today is December the 15th. Today we see to believe. Let's read the story that happens immediately after that former paragraph. From John chapter 20, we'll read 24 to 29. But Thomas, who is called the twin, was one of the 12. He wasn't with him when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We've seen the Lord." But Thomas said to them, "Unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands, and put my finger in the mark of the nails, and my hand in his side, I will not believe." A week later, his disciples were again in the house, and Thomas was with them. Although the doors were shut, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand, put it in my side. Don't doubt, but believe." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." Now, because of this passage, Thomas has developed a nickname, Doubting Thomas. That's a completely inappropriate nickname because you see, Thomas is not the goat of the story. He is the hero of the story. Thomas is not being obstinate. Instead, he's saying, "I want to see so that I can believe." Seeing in order to believe is very appropriate. We see it all over Scripture, but we need to see beyond the mere physical realm. Jesus was inviting Thomas to see beyond just the physical. He said, "Here are my hands, here's my side. Believe." In the Old Testament, we have a story somewhat similar to that. When an army came to attack Israel, Elisha was on the mountain as the army came by. Elisha's servant was filled with fear. Let's read that story in 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 8 to 23.
2 Kings 6, verses 8 through 23, New Revised Standard Edition. Once, when the king of Aram was at war with Israel, he took counsel with his officers. He said, "At such and such place shall be my camp." But the man of God sent word to the king of Israel, "Take care not to pass this place, for the Arameans are going down there." The king of Israel sent word to the place of which the man of God spoke. More than once or twice he warned a place so that it was on alert. The mind of the king of Aram was greatly perturbed because of this. He called his officers and said to them, "Now tell me, who among you is betraying us to the king of Israel?" Then one of his officers said, "No one, my lord king. It is Elisha, the prophet of Israel, who is telling the king of Israel the words that you speak in your bedchamber." He said, "Go and find where he is. I will send and seize him." He was told, "He is in Dothan." So he sent horses and chariots there, and a great army. They came by night and surrounded the city. When the attendant of the man of God rose early in the morning and went out, an army with horses and chariots was all around the city. His servant said, "Alas, master, what shall we do?" He replied, "Do not be afraid, for there are more with us than there are with them." And Elisha prayed, "O Lord, please open his eyes, that he may see." So the Lord opened the eyes of the servant, and he saw the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. When the Arameans came down against him, Elisha prayed to the Lord and said, "Strike this people, please, with blindness." So he struck them with blindness as Elisha asked. Elisha said to them, "This is not the way, and this is not the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom you seek." And he led them to Samaria. As soon as they entered Samaria, Elisha said, "O Lord, open the eyes of these men so that they may see." The Lord opened their eyes, and they saw that they were inside Samaria. When the king of Israel saw them, he said to Elisha, Father, shall I strike them? Shall I strike them? He answered, No. Would you strike those whom you have taken captive with your sword and your bow? Set food and water before them, so that they may eat and drink, and let them go to their master. So he prepared for them a great feast. After they ate and drank, he sent them on their way, and they went to their master. And the Arameans no longer came raiding into the land of Israel.
So there in that story, we see that there are realities beyond the mere physical realm. In the very same way, once Thomas sees Jesus' wounds, he looks at Jesus and he says, My Lord and my God. That's why Thomas is the hero of the book of John, because he's the first one of the disciples to verbally acknowledge that Jesus is not only Lord, he is God himself. What do we do about this today? Pray to the Lord, open my eyes. Let me see the realities that are around me that surpass the merely physical realm. Scripture reading from the New Revised Standard Version by Emily Herrera. If you like what you heard today, follow us.